Welcome to Supercars of London in 2020.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
Oh, Happy New Year, guys, and welcome back to the channel, the first video of the new year. I'm actually filming this a little bit before New Year's Eve, so hopefully you had an amazing Christmas and New Year's. And well, I think I'm going to predict that the internet would have already said everything that we need to say about 2020. I'm going to put that in the past and look into the future. We're heading down to Dub Customs today to get the Pilotti wrap off the GT-R. It served us well. Jan and I smashed it out of the park. The Pilotti run was hands down one of the best memories of 2020, but it's time for change. And I'm looking forward to this year. I've got a few plans, I've got a few things, and I think in this video, I want to share you in on a few secrets of mine as to what I predict 2021 to be. But right now, the sun is shining. One last drive of the GT-R whilst it looks like this. Head over to Dub Customs for an incredibly fast dewrap because there's not that much material to take off, and then we'll delve into a little bit deeper into what my plans are for 2021. This takes me back to the R8 and the Gallardo days, propping my video camera up on the dash like this in Dub Customs, avoiding the incredibly loud and terrible tasting music. They've got Christmas songs blaring, so I thought I'd come inside here with some swatches, samples for days to talk about wraps on the Nissan GT-R, because Instagram is by far the best place to see cars, get inspiration, but also to tick specifications off the list. I always like doing stuff that's not been done before. The M2 competition was an example of that, but here we have a Nosotech, which is what Shmee wrapped his Taycan in, what Archie has wrapped his RS6 in. It is super gloss. It is the closest thing to paint that you can get from a gloss vinyl. A lot of gloss vinyl normally has got a little bit of an orange peel. The reflection's a little bit blurred. So I am quite keen to try out one of these colors that you can see here from a Nosotech. I do believe they've got different colors coming, but look, Miami blue. Don't know how well that gets picked up. They've got like this blood red here, blood red. So I could go back to the True Blood days. This is not what Archie wrapped his in. This is gloss sand. Archie wrapped his in this khaki green, which looks super cool. But I also really like this chalk color, which is a really light Nardo grey. And I know I've done Nardo grey in the past on the LP640 and on the C63, but this is quite light. This is almost in the sun white, but then when the clouds come over and at night it goes into this elephant grey, which I think is really quite cool. So I'm umming and ahhing about this. We've also got Avery here, and Avery obviously do quite a lot of my wraps in the past, but I mean, there's just so many colours to choose from. We've got like some sort of satin chrome gold there, some flip colours there that look, oh, that could look quite good on the GT-R. That could look quite good on the GT-R. Anyway, the GT-R is a great shape, got lots of nice lines, and I think I want to do aftermarket wheels and wrap at the same time. Then I want to do the exhaust, I want to do a tune, and then I want to do a bit of a body kit. Nothing crazy like Liberty Walk. I want to do it OEM plus, a little bit like the M2 Comp. I'm using that as inspiration to put into the GT-R. I'm going to make this car the coolest looking GT-R on the internet. And like that, within an hour and 45 minutes, she's done. It is absolutely filthy. Look at the difference between where the grit and grime of our British winter weather has just killed where there has not been any wrap. And I've left the pinstripes that Yanni did because I think they look quite cool. But I think if over time I feel like there's a little bit too much on an all black car, because we've got gold, bronze, orangey brake calipers, so it might clash. once I see it clean, it might clash with the red pinstripes. But anyway, check it out. Terry, you gonna do a good job on washing it?
Yeah, man.
Yeah? Is it all right here?
Yeah.
Yeah? GT-R badge going on. Let me have a look at GT, Nissan GT. Look at that. That's the worst badge I've ever seen when you don't have VR on. That looks terrible. But yeah, I'm so glad to be having the all black car back. What's this behind? It's a G-Wagon. Looks pretty cool. So glad to have it all black with the remnants of Wallace PJW, the Pelotti road trip. It will all get washed off, which is kind of sad, but at the same time, it is nice to have an all black car back again. I did like the Pelotti wrap, but actually just looking in my wing mirrors here and seeing a flat black Nissan GT-R kind of brings me back to the day that I collected it. I only had the car black for 2 days before I went to Yanni's, so to see it like this, I feel like I'm driving a new car again. Puts a big smile on my face. But now as we're driving back, I think now is the perfect time to get into a little bit more detail about what my plans are for 2021. And this is normally the moment where I go, oh, I'm gonna go to this country and I'm gonna road trip here and I'm gonna buy this car. And well, we don't actually know what's in store for us with COVID as a global pandemic. So I'm gonna hold off the travel plans, I'm gonna hold off the road trips and talk a little bit more about what I want to achieve this year in terms of content. At the beginning of 2020, I said that I wanted to strip back all of the uploads. I didn't want to upload 3 times a week. I wanted to look after myself. I didn't want to burn myself out. And I wanted to go for quality over quantity. And again, that's exactly what I'm planning on doing this year. And hopefully, with the help of some partnerships and brand sponsorships, I will be able to bring you the quality, the fun and the epicness, without really needing to go abroad for the first half of the year. But this car is going to play a massive role in the Supercars London YouTube channel. It is the main reason why I bought the Nissan GT-R, because you can compare this car to anything. Every car gets compared to the Nissan GT-R. And now that I'm an owner and I'd say a veteran of the Nissan GT-R, having done 3,500 miles, I know my way around this car. I'm going to tune it, I'm going to modify it. This is going to undergo its own Supercars of London transformation, and I guarantee it will look better than what my M2 competition did. But actually, this car sets the benchmark for every other performance car, I believe, under £150,000, maybe even £200,000. I'm obsessed with Auto Trader, I'm obsessed with finance, I'm obsessed with depreciation on sports and supercars. So what I want to achieve this year, and I do think it will take me all year, because I'm not going to be doing one-day tests and trying to give you guys an overview of what that car drives like, having only driven it for 2 hours. I'm going to try and find the best sub £100,000 car and use the Nissan GT-R as the benchmark. This is going to be a bit of a journey, a bit of an adventure, because I will own some of the cars that are in contention for being the best sub £100,000 car. This is the ultimate test. If you take Evo Car of the Year, one of the most memorable moments that I look forward to every single year, to see what those guys think is the best car of that year. I want to take the concept of Evo Car of the Year and turn it into, well, even more in depth by going and owning some of these cars. So McLaren 570S, 90 grand. Why don't I go and buy one and see what it's like to live with? There is no better way to get a well-rounded opinion as to what that car is like. When you're spending 100 grand, you want to know from an owner's perspective of what it's like. I want to own the old V12 Vantage. I want to own a McLaren. I want to own an AMG GT-R. And I think the best way that I can do that in a hunt to find the ultimate sub £100,000 car is to spend all year going to all 4 corners of the world, put loads of miles on all sorts of different cars and see how they match up against the Nissan GT-R. I'm getting a little bit hot under the collar because I'm ready for this year, and I hope you guys are too. I will see you very soon for the next video, but that is is, I suppose, the best way that I can summarise my plans for this year. I want to try and find the ultimate super sport